Celebration of Harry and Meghan's second wedding anniversary passed, I think this is a good opportunity for us to review how did we get here? Let's read. Meghan and Harry, fairytale wedding to royal split. Here's how it all unraveled in their 2 years of marriage. The first was in May 18th, in May 2018, May 19th, 2018, in a never-before-seen lavish wedding, Harry and Meghan tied the knot, and the whole world watched as the spectacle unfolded. That was £8 million, or $10.5 million American money. Was Meghan the conquering hero? You know, did the British people embrace her, or was she rejected from the get because of her biracial heritage? I think we need to take a look at this because there's a constant narrative that from Meghan and Meghan's camp, that she was rejected. November 2018, a few months after the marriage, the family feud. Kensington Palace announced that the newlywed Duke and Duchess of Sussex were to move out of Nottingham Cottage, where Harry was living for a long time, where he roasted the vegan chicken and proposed to Meghan, the occasional vegan, and then they moved to Frogmore. This is what the tabloids saw as the royal feud. It was clear from how strained Harry and Prince William looked while making their public appearances and visibly keeping a distance. Why did this happen? Were they kicked out and banished to Frogmore because of Meghan spying, taking photographs, audio taping, journaling, found doing suspicious things, thereafter shortly banned from wearing Diana's jewelry? Did jewelry go missing? Is it that? Or was it the all-night crazy parties with helicopters flying in, loud music, keeping up the little baby Kensington children, and upsetting the neighbors? And there's the famous quote from the French ambassador who lived next door: "Gosh, I'm going to miss Harry and Meghan. Those parties went on all night." February 2019, news of the royal baby. The royal couple announced the arrival of their first child, Archie, and Meghan was once again in the news for showing off her baby bump and having a baby shower in New York. Some items of note: the Archwell, I think the foundation and some of the things associated with the word Archie, Archwell, have been trademarked for 2 years before Archie was a gleam in Harry's eye. Was Archie actually born on May 6th? Because there's a lot of debate. The public found out about the birth of Archie after he was born, like 10 hours after he was born. They announced that Meghan was in labor. There's a lot of discrepancies with the birth time. And so we want to look at, was Archie actually born on May 6th? You know, and that's a good birth. I think that's George Clooney's birthday. Did they plan it that way, or was he actually born on that date? June 2019, the royal split. Okay, so Meghan joined the family in the middle of May 2018, and here we are at June 2019, 1 year and 1 month. Within merely a year into the family, Meghan and Harry sparked a huge controversy and shocked the nation and the world with their announcement of splitting from the royal family. They went candid with the media and spoke of their struggles and challenges of living the royal life. This was detailed in a documentary that was made on their Africa tour. From this time onward, it became what the media has been calling the Megxit strategy. The couple took to Instagram to announce about stepping down as royals and having their own recognition. Harry also went public about his rift with his brother William and how their paths were different. What did Harry think would happen when he said that William and I are splitting apart and we're walking different paths now? What did he think would happen? Okay, this is where Meghan, they went to Africa, they hit a home run, they did all these wonderful things. You may not necessarily agree with the charities that they chose. I think there are other charities and other things wrong in Africa that they could have paid more attention to. But the things that they chose were people really loved it. They really hit it out of the park. And then at the end, they started talking about their feelings. Meghan said, "No one ever asked me how I'm feeling." Harry said, "Every click, every snap, it just reminds me of Diana." And then they went to war with the media. In December 2019, they celebrated Christmas not with the royal family. And they didn't bring Archie, a newborn child, to Christmas with the royal family. Wow. January 2020, making it all official. After the long holidays in Canada, so they were sent away for a long absence, a leave of absence. They called it something else. Meghan and Harry issued a public statement saying that they will actually step down and earn their own money. Why in the world would you want to do that? But they will continue to support the monarchy and be a part of the family. This happened without the knowledge of the Queen or the Prince of Wales. As a response to the shocking announcement, the Queen held an emergency summit where she refused the proposal of a dual role for Harry and Meghan, declaring that they will need to renounce, not denounce, their royal titles once and for all. Remember, Meghan was scheduled to meet with the Queen. Meghan instead went to the National Theatre, didn't tell them anything about the problems with the Queen. The Queen felt dissed, and then Meghan sent the Instagram announcing that they were leaving, that she basically I quit. And then she fled the country. Meghan immediately fled the country on a private jet and left Harry to clean up the mess in England with his grandmother. And that's how it all kicked off. I believe that I want to look at I don't think Harry ever had any intention of leaving the royals. Did Meghan Markle actually intend to leave the royals? I want to look at that. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Let's take a look at how we got here from the fairy tale wedding to the royal exit. Because it's been a wild journey, and there's no better time than an anniversary or the beginning of a new year to really take a step back and look at things, reassess, look at where are we going, how did we get here. So this is how did we get here. So let's first look at the fairy tale wedding, which is 10.5 million American dollars or 8 million pounds. How did the British people receive Meghan? Did they receive Meghan as the new Obama, the diversity duchess, and I mean, spending $10.5 million on a wedding, the horse-drawn carriage, she got everything she wanted. Everything. Except for the specific tiara that she was demanding, the emerald tiara. So, was she treated... Oh, there's Scourge. Fell out. Was she treated as... were the British people sharpening their tongues against her? Was she embraced or rejected? Was she a victim of bigotry and sexism? Let's see. All, from the get. Broken chalice. Was Meghan received as a hero or was she rejected, and is she the victim of the British people? This is interesting. So here we have this cast out card and conflict with the family. Cast out because of conflict with the family. Let's read the spread. Broken chalice, ruler, and handcuffs. A departure from the norms with the crown, but joined to the crown. Joined to the crown, even though this is a completely new thing. It's a complete departure. Okay, Meghan is she's a fresh bloodline. She's an American. She's been divorced, which Harry's actually not allowed to marry a divorced woman. He can choose any woman, but she can't be divorced. And so it was a real departure for the crown, real modernization. 13, 15, 17, 5 hearts. And I'm going to say, with the 2 spades there in the center, I think the British people had their reservations. They had their reservations. But she was embraced. The foundation is handcuffs joined and embracing. On top we have royal family. The 7 clubs and the 10 diamonds are the most solid cards. So once it's decided, it was as solid as a rock. Behind, snake. All kinds of things, problems, illnesses. And snake is also a divorced woman. Behind is divorce. Divorced woman, all kinds of hidden problems that were going to come out later. And in the future, we have scapegoat, scourge, and home. So cast out because of conflict with the people closely associated, the royal family, the British people, 7, 8, 15, 4 clubs. Because of just, this is how things developed. So I wanted to see, was she soundly embraced? Okay, or is she, the narrative is that she's the victim, of bigotry and sexism, and they never gave her a chance. Some of the British people had their reservations because of the divorce and this completely new thing, but it was decided. It was firmly decided. And then there's going to be this testing period when you join the royal family, when you go into prison or whatever. The people there, the inmates, they're going to test you. It happened to Kate, it happened to Diana, and it happened to Meghan. They're going to put her to the test. She's the new person. They really want to see what's going on. And she didn't stand up to the tests. So it wasn't that, even though on the surface, it really does look like she was completely embraced. I mean, she was embraced by the Queen and the royals, but the people were uncertain. She needed to go through the vetting time. Okay, so they were banished to Frogmore. What is the main reason, or was it both? Is it because of the spying and the photographing and the audio taping and the journaling? Or is it because of the crazy all-night parties, and the French ambassador is like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to so miss Meghan and Harry and their all-night parties, keeping him and his family up. And he sounded really sarcastic to me when he said that. So what's the reasons for being banished to Frogmore? The spying or the all-night parties? Spying. Or all-night parties. What's the reason, the major reason, the spying or the all-night parties? And you recall they took away the Diana jewelry collection, so some of the jewels may have disappeared. They banned Meghan all access to any royal grounds or buildings without somebody watching her. So there was definitely some spying going on there, some things they didn't want her to do and see, and she was acting suspiciously. Or they wouldn't have banned her. They didn't ban any other royals, and Fergie's not banned from the grounds. Okay, so is it the spying? Hamster wheel, same stuff, different day. Mustard seed, planting seeds, and cornerstone. 15, 4 clubs. So 2 4s, the solid foundation and the opportunistic actions and journaling. Mustard seed is journaling, constantly journaling and taking opportunistic actions in the foundation, in the palace and on the palace grounds. So she was very actively taking notes and recording things very, very actively. And she was doing it constantly, and people really noticed. What do we have here? Is it the all-night party? Sun, very bright. Four-leaf clover, very active in the foundation. 11 and 6, 14, 16. 4 spades. So again, we have the fours on both sides. The foundation is both of these things. The four-leaf clover is opportunity, very, very bright. In the middle of the night, 4 spades. When everybody should be sleeping, it was broad daylight and very active. They just kept a very active lifestyle in the middle of the night. So that was definitely a problem. Communication of problems. This has to stop. I'm sorry, Harry and Meghan. And he's going to talk to, the Crown, they're going to talk to Harry. William's going to talk to Harry I'm sorry, I'm going to have to treat you like a child. These all-night parties need to stop. You're keeping up the children and they can't sleep. They need their sleep. Mercury and roadblock. Communication of the problems. 14. 4 diamonds. So we get 4s everywhere. 2 4s here, 2 4s here. This adds to a 4. It was both. It was both the spying. There was a lot of spying. A lot of spying. And then there was the parties, the all-night parties. It was both. Let's look at Archie. Was Archie really born on May 6th? Okay, I believe Archie, Meghan did not carry Archie. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, but you shouldn't, deceive people by, wearing a prosthetic baby bump. Was Archie actually born on May 6th? Because May 6th is George Clooney's birthday. This can be a birthday that's chosen. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of delay, there are contradictions about when Meghan went into labor. She didn't want to go to the hospital. She was going to have a doula, and I had to look up what is a doula because I never heard of that before, and I'm familiar that babies exist. I was a baby at one time. And then she rejected all of the palace doctors, the best doctors in the world. Well, that's really odd. Why would a pregnant woman who is, having a quote, geriatric pregnancy, reject the best doctors in the world? Well, maybe someone else is carrying the child and she doesn't want people, looking too closely. So was Archie born actually on May 6th as is his official birth date? Playa. Players about public appearance, public speaking, appearing in front of in front of a crowd, acting, playing a role, a sweet appearance for all the people. 9, and 11, 25 spades. No, he was definitely not born on May 6th, his announced birth date. He was not actually born on that date. Okay, this is just what is told to all the people. What's underneath? And, they could have switched out Archie. They had so much trouble with the surrogate. That's why the player card may be showing up. They had so much trouble with the surrogate, I believe they may have chosen another Archie, because they just had so much trouble getting, the original Archie from the surrogate. What's underneath? King of Spades, can be a lawyer, man, direct action, 3 blackbirds, 26, 29, 8 hearts, water into wine. Water into wine is a great lying card. Water is not wine, wine is not water. It's something, they're telling you it's something else. They're telling you it's wine when in fact it's water originally. So through direct action, direct legal action, through direct legal action, they transformed this. This situation was transformed through direct legal action. King of Hearts is just very direct action. King of Spades is very legal and very powerful. So they changed the birth date through legal action. So they took action to change the birth date. Okay, so In June, they did the Africa documentary, and this really kicked everything off. I don't believe that Harry ever intended to leave the royals. He's lost so much. He lost all his military honors. He, in his speech when he was leaving, he said, "Gosh, I never intended to leave the royals. We were forced to do this." So I believe Harry when he says these things. I don't believe Harry intended any of these things. Did Meghan intend to leave the royals? Is she like a carpetbagger? She was just there to grab what she could get. She spent $1 million on clothes the first year. She had a $10.5 million wedding, her ultimate super duper, fly me to the moon dream wedding. And where else is she going to get that? There's nowhere else she's going to get that. So she got the goodies. She got the goodies. Did she intend? She's just like, I'm going to come, I'm going to show up, I'm going to buy some great clothes, and then I'm going to be gone. And that was her intention from the beginning. Or is this more like, stuff just happens, man? So did Meghan intend to leave the royals? Was that her intention? We have a yes. And Harry is, he's been in and out of rehab recently. He's looking not well. He's just looking really stressed out and frazzled and washed out. His face is looking washed out. He's just not looking well for like the last 6 months. So I don't think Harry intended to leave the royals. What do we have? Diamond ring, marriage, that's a marriage card. 7 diamonds, outside events on an ongoing basis. 12, 14, 4 diamonds. Outside events as they progressed in the foundation of the marriage. Okay, so outside events resulted in Meghan leaving the royal family. So I'm asking, did she intend from the beginning? Did she hold this marriage so loosely that she's like, yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll stay, maybe I'll go. Yeah, whatever. Okay, outside events in the marriage, ongoing in the foundation, that's what on the surface caused it. Underneath, we have yes, which can be yes or very important events, key events. 4 spades, coffin, dead bodies are in the coffin. 8 hearts, transformation, 12 and 9, 21, 6 hearts. So the key is illness and transformation. The key is secrets in the box. Secrets in the box, okay, hidden illnesses and secrets. Hidden illnesses and secrets were the key to the transformation. Okay, so she was put under so much pressure, and we have to recognize that being a royal is a tremendous amount of pressure. So Meghan was put under so much pressure that it really brought out the things hidden inside the box. I'm sure she's never been put under that much pressure before, and she wasn't able to hold it together. She just wasn't able to hold it together. That's what's going on underneath, and so officially outside, there were a lot of outside circumstances. So she had all kinds of things were happening. The whole world is staring at her. She's dealing with the royal family. It's a really high level environment. And then underneath, personally, inside, she is really not, it was too much. And that's understandable. So you have to choose very carefully. Chelsea Davy, she's, reportedly, she was like, she didn't want that much pressure, that much visibility, because it's a lot to bear, and you have to really. So I think it was too much for her in her innermost being. It was too much. It brought out her fears and the things inside that she didn't want people to see, and I think that's what we're seeing, because it's just so much pressure. All right, let's review here. Was Meghan, at the marriage, was Meghan at the fairy tale wedding, was Meghan, just completely embraced, or was she kind of the rejected victim as the narrative is? It is a mixed bag. This is a mixed bag. Okay, it's very, very solid here. It's very solid here, joining and very solid. But then there's this mixing. Okay, so the Crown really just, they pulled out all the stops. They gave her everything. Okay, but there's going to be a vetting process, and the British people in the Commonwealth and the media, they're going to test her. And they really tested her, and she couldn't deal with it. She couldn't handle the tests. So it's a mixed bag. She was given a great start, but I think it was just too much pressure for her. Okay, they were kicked out of Frogmore within 6 months. Was it the crazy, crazy all-night parties, or was it the constant spying? Yes, they were up all night, and it's a big problem. Or the constant spying, yeah. Every day she is writing stuff in her journal, and she is just acting suspiciously, and I think everybody's seeing it. And they were warned. There were verbal warnings, and they had talking tos. You know, Meghan and Harry will want to come and talk to you about this. We don't like what we're seeing. But they didn't change, really. Okay, Archie. Was Archie born on May 6th as reported? Heck no, absolutely not. Archie was not born on May 6th. This is for the public, and this is through direct legal action. The birthday has been changed. Or a powerful person just simply decided this and took action. Okay, and King of Spades can be legal. So I think they did it more under the table rather than legally. Okay, did Meghan Markle come into the royal family? Okay, because like my narcissist, if Meghan's a narcissist, my narcissist, she just didn't value the relationship. It was all about her, and with me, it was just all about her, and she was just so callous and cavalier about how she treated me and how she treated the relationship. I look back and say, well, she was never in the relationship. I was in the relationship. Okay, and that's what I was kind of looking for here. Meghan, it's on the surface, it's outside events. Okay, we have the diamond ring, and that's a great card to see in a marriage. You want to see the diamond ring. You want to see the two hearts. You want to see the diamond ring. So she was there for it. She was really trying. But she just, all of her fears and faults, and there's just a lot, it was just too much pressure. I think it was just too much pressure for her. And I think very few people could handle that level of pressure. And we constantly see these celebrities become alcoholics and drug addicts and overdose. That's pressure. They can't handle the pressure of worldwide celebrity. And it's not many people who really can. And I think the pressure just got to her and is still getting to her because she's still under all that same pressure. So, but she didn't intend to leave from the beginning. It was just too much pressure. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle at paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who support me by buying me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.